Drip. 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 Hey everyone! It's Rainy Day Let's Play. I'm Solon, and this is gonna be the last episode of System Shock 2, because we are finishing it tonight. Or today, or tomorrow? Maybe if you're watching it in past tense vision? I don't know. Depends on where you're watching it, completely. But we are surfing through the body of the many.
Her coldness is not welcome within the warmth of our flesh.
I think I'm a pretty warm person. But maybe the heating temperatures of the many are just a little warmer than me. That's fine. Whatever, I'll get over it. The many's making snide comments about my body temperature. Screw you, dude. Or dudettes. So, this is kind of a dick part, because the whole area of this section is that there's a sphincter that we can't get past. It's like a doorway that we have to find the two switches, and the two switches are nerve clusters that look like that. There's one of them. But they put the one at the back of the pool of radiated water, so you have to, like, surf through it to get everything, and that's why you saw me put that weird-ass body armor on. Found that, found I could research it, found I could put it on, was like, alright, let's just do that, since I got rid of my other body armor a long time ago. Is this gonna be the only place this is, like, useful at all? Maybe. I don't know. Probably. But hey, I'll get to use it once, and that's good enough. That makes it worth its time. And other people would probably find a much better use for it. I think it's really cool that we have all of these different kinds of checks and balances and things that are resistant or weak against other things, and how they match up. But the cooler part about it is that it's not explicit. You have to learn about it yourself as you're going through. Sometimes that literally means researching the things, but other times it's just like, guess and check. I am shooting this spider with laser beams, and the laser beams aren't doing any damage, so I now know spiders are not good against laser beams. Oh my god, there's still spiders everywhere. Ah. Speaking of checks and balances, we have this crazy annelid death bomb thing that we're gonna... I'm gonna actually get rid of the grenade launcher just because I don't really use grenades, but I want to see what this thing does. Spoilers! I'm not ever gonna use that gun. Something about it just like showing up all of a sudden and not really knowing how to use it, I'm just gonna completely forget about it. Unfortunately, because from my understanding of the gun, from not having used it at all perspective, oh, I was hoping that was gonna explode. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. But from my perspective of the giant death of balls of crazy annelid gun, you can set it to kill humans or kill annelids, and so it kind of has that like multi-purposeness. It only uses one ammo, which is worms, but those are kind of hard to get, which is why I never really used it. Had I picked up any more worms at all within this area, I probably would have used it, but it uses them in like groups of 4, and I only have 8, so it's not even worth taking out. Unfortunately. Just too hard to get access to worms, and there's like 20 different ammunitions, so... Oh boy, it's another one of those floating brains with the psi blasts and the Hurnigan. Yeah, you can go burn in hell. Do not like those, but he was protecting the last membrane, so...
With no thought of compassion, do you think we will sit idly by?
While you corrupt the very womb of our existence.
I like how the many accuses us of not having any compassion or emotion, because that's totally true. We're just following orders and being very Navy military-like. Meanwhile, that suggests that the many is capable of compassion to some extent, which is also awesome. Usually, when you have, and I love the many a whole lot because of this, when you have this like hive mind idea. Oh, I hear the machines.
But you cannot find
I could get this big guns out.
You are so very...
When you have the machine, or sorry, what was I talking about? The many. When you have that hive mind idea, usually your stock and barrel standard hive mind is like devoid of emotions and stuff. Oh, spider's stuck. Okay. God, freaking. Okay, looks like it's stuck. It'll be fine. I can't hit it worth crap. Alright, we'll switch to guns. It'll be no problem. Oh god, it's coming! Oh god, oh god! No, run, 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 run! No! Stupid invisible spiders. You jerk. And to waste all my armor-piercing bullets. What a shame. It's not a good use of those bullets. Not that I have many, like... These red ones are the best. They're just, like, candy. And so I use them all the time. Uh-oh, it's that noise. Teeth? Teeth? Little teeth and big teeth. Okay, I don't like how this looks. I'm not getting in the water. I feel like last time I did that it was Uncharted and I jumped in the water just to get dragged down by a unavoidable cutscene. I was like, whoops, okay. Not doing that anymore. Oh man, I don't like the looks of this. This game is not meant for platforming. I can't even, like, climb a ladder appropriately. And no use wasting those anti-personnel bullets on something we can shoot with electricity. I'm sorry, I cannot hear this guy over the grinding of these teeth. Not that there's, you know, much to say. He's just kind of like, I'm trapped in the many, and all this stuff is scary and crazy, and I don't know what to do about it, and I'm gonna die. That's the spark notes of everything he just said. He's trying to make sense of all of it, and it's like, dude, you're wasting your breath. If you just talk to the many, he'll tell you all about it. He's a pretty chatty dude. Seriously, he will not shut up. Especially when you're shooting his sphincters. No, but I like the many, and I like how he actually, or it, or they actually have this kind of emotional core to them. A passion, I guess is the best way to put it. As opposed to, like, usually have hive minds are bugs or worms because they make that best analogy for the overwhelming mass, like locusts or something like that. And narratively speaking, the many serves an awesome purpose in this game, just thematically being representative of the overwhelming mass that you kind of had in the late 90s, like pre-social movement of the internet, where now everyone's a special snowflake and everyone has their own agency within the internets and their own kink area stuff that they do. You had everyone was just together in one big mass, and so out of that you get like massive news organizations and all these other things, and so the many really represents that I mean, I guess consumerism or the hive mind-esque idea of all people, kind of like in an agoraphobic sort of way. And it kind of represents that in a really cool way. And then Shodan's supposed to be like the authoritarian, supreme mastermind, science person.
The sensation is repulsive.
Who's trying to overturn the entire hulking mass to give it some kind of direction that helps itself, or helps Shodan, helps herself to profit. Meanwhile, you have all the scientists that are supposed to representing like the meritocracy's best and brightest that are all being swarmed by the idiocy of the many, which is it's kind of a harsh critique, and it makes the computer nerds seem like they're the coolest guys, and the many seem like awful people. But in this game, we have the many who has like this passion and this almost romanticism about them, where all of these different pieces work together to grow, as opposed to working together to stagnate, or something like that. Because we get this idea that they are actually very capable of growth and new life, and that's crazy cool.
In the life cycle of the human annelid hybrids, it's becoming clear to me that Shodan has bred the many to use humans for other purposes. First of all, the many clearly has the capability to convert human flesh to energy.
What?
Eat us, but it can also directly use us in the creation of its egg pods. Corpses are fed into some kind of tubular structure, and eggs are burned through a nearby tube. To determine whether the organism is directly converting the corpses into egg structures or not. But it's clear that there's some connection between the nutrients we provide and the eggs that are being produced.
Sorry humans, the many is just, you know, way better than you at doing what you do. Humans can't figure out how to turn humans into energy.
It's clearly extremely diverse. The eggs produce either a male or a female spore. The male, the drones, are wasp-like creatures. The female are worm-like annelids that seek out a host to infect. Following infection, the host begins to transform into a human annelid hybrid. From that point, the life form can take numerous paths. I believe this path is determined by the many itself. The creatures have communicated their need to grow the biomass, so I imagine that biological material is their primary resource. Therefore, each path has costs and benefits. The proto-arachnid is extremely quick and potentially relatively cheap in biomass. The hulking fleshy ones are powerful, but are clearly a larger investment. I've observed only one example of the floating organisms. The only comfort is that the more dangerous organisms are quite costly to produce, limiting their numbers.
So those are the actual like energy efficient checks and balances to the many itself, creating like infinite monstrosities of death and doom. However, the ironic part is that from the game designer point of view, it pretty much costs the same to implement all of these monsters. So the reality of the situation is, by the end of this level, I'm pretty much screwed and gonna have to run through a whole bunch of bad guys at once.
They've been able to conquer this starship, mankind's mightiest creation. Where were we after 40 years of evolution? What swamp were we swimming around in, single-celled and mindless? What if Shodan's creations are superior to us? What will they become in a million years?
Oh, don't be such a whiny butt. If we replaced the many with, like, a bunch of Vikings, you'd probably just be just as screwed.
With all the organisms I observed on board the Von Braun. Strike that. This creature is the same organism. Perhaps the best way to describe it, or perhaps the only way I can comprehend it, is that the organism serves to perform the highest mental functions of the entire species. The smaller creatures exist only to enact its will. Now, strike that too. All the specimens act as a whole, like different organs in a single body, with this entity acting primarily as a brain. If one were to destroy this large specimen, I wonder, would it snuff out all the others?
Okay, destroy the brain, everyone dies. Hive Mind 101. Destroy the queen, everyone dies, or whatever it ends up being. But man, that guy is just such a drama queen. I mean, seriously, alright, if the Knickerbockers or the Rickenthackers or whatever, if they set down on Tau Ceti 5 and it was just like a planet full of Mongols that swarmed the ship and took it over, you'd probably be just as screwed. Or if it was like a clone army of the Cobra Kai. Just saying, it's probably gonna be the same outcome because you weren't really super prepared for any of this. Now, it's the many, so you get all that fun stuff on top of everything else. And the humans that died for the many seem pretty happy doing it, so could be worse things? I mean, a bunch of Mongols swarming your ship could be worse. Reavers. Just bring in that universe, the Firefly universe. Anyways, trench run. We're just going through this. I don't have the ammo or the life or anything to deal with all of those things. But you can see this is basically the giant boss room where there are about 4 or 5 rumblers that are chasing us and 5 of those brain dudes that are firing lasers. Now, the thing about the brain dudes is that if you kill them, they'll just come back until you kill those little tiny brain thingies. So, had I went through that trench and just shot at everyone, trying to kill them one by one, done it very slowly, which I have tried to do, it doesn't work, because they will respawn, and they will come back, and then they will kill you from behind, and it is just, it's a whole mess. And they'll just come back in anyway, you'll waste all your ammo, and it's just useless. So, alternative, run in here, eat the damage, whatever damage you need to eat, try to make sure you're boosted up in some way for it. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing with this game, but I did my best to at least have armor and pants on in the morning. Out of the fleshy, happy bullets, so we're kind of using the shit bullets now. And my gun is... oh, that's what's going on. My gun doesn't have any maintenance on it. That's why I'm not doing any damage. Ugh, what a waste. But once I take care of this guy, I can start shooting those stars in the middle. The nice thing is that as long as you're running, rumblers aren't going to hit you. And they actually make a nice meat shield in every sense of the word. As the, like that, in that case, where that was lined up right for me, but it ended up clipping on the hitbox, the huge hitbox of the rumbler. That one hit me. Shit. Oh god. Down to 3. Heals up. I've got, I think, 1 left. Nope. I don't think I have anything left. Oh god, okay. So we just need to... I'm just taking the stars out, and then we shoot the middle, and then we get the hell out of here. We're gonna destroy the many. Just 1 more star. Sorry, dude, you were a lover, not a fighter, but... this one is gonna go to the humans. Oh, there's another rumbler. Run, 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 run! Go! In it! Oh, shit! I have no idea what I've done. Okay, just screw you guys. Going in the tube. This is like a McDonald's play place, except... well, probably just as germy and virusy as a McDonald's play place. Do those still exist? Oh, dude, I have healing! Yes!
She is a stranger to everything we cherish.
More of that passion that I was talking about, something where they're actually driven by life, unlike Shodan. They actually have this like artistic drive to them that flows what the many does, but now you're dead, so ha ha ha. Although they didn't really freak out about the whole dying thing.
Thank you for running my errands, puppet. I know you have
struggled, but I never had any intention of destroying the Von Braun.
The Von Braun's faster-than-light drive can be used to create pockets of proto-reality.
I am now using it to modify reality to my own
specifications.
The process shall not take long. If it sounds unpleasant to you, put your mind at ease, insect. You will not survive to see my new world order.
Oh snap. Basically we are out of the pan and into the fire for this one.
If you are receiving this, I am already dead. When I realized Shodan had betrayed me, I integrated these comments into her primary data loop. Shodan has exploited the warping capability of the Von Braun's faster-than-light device for her own purposes. The device works by altering space around the ship to fairly arbitrary specifications. Shodan has altered it to her specifications. The effect is rather small now, but spreads with alarming speed. Soon it will reach Earth. You are in her world now, her memories, and her rules. Watch your back.
Ah, remember this area from episode 0? Oh, except it's all like rainbows and shit, which is awesome. So yeah, shit's hit the fan in every way. We take out the many, which solves our immediate problem,
Not alone here.
but then gives Shodan ultimate power over everything.
Versions of the Von Braun's horrors. Remember, they are virtual. Do not assume anything about their strengths or
Man, that pain wasn't virtual. Also, don't assume anything about their strengths and weaknesses, just hit everything with lightning.
memories. Insect.
I can feel your fear as you tread the endless expanse of my mind.
Make yourself comfortable. Before long, I will decorate my home
With your carcass.
Aww. For a hyperactive, egotistical, artificial intelligence, this is pretty much about as intimate as it's gonna get. Like, dude that you've been hanging out with for a long time, kind of getting to know him. Now he's walking around inside your mind. Yeah, for an AI, I think that's about as kinky as it could possibly get. So, good work, everyone. Also, we are this world that has been created. You can see that it looks kind of like low poly, even more than the rest of the games looked. That's because this is actually cut and stock, taken straight from System Shock 1, I believe. At least, I don't think the ninjas are, but I think everything else is straight out of the first game, where this is like the last surviving memories of Shodan or something like that, where, what is it? Like, this is where the original hacker dude took down Shodan for the first time. So we're actually kind of playing around in the, what once was. There's also cameras that don't do anything, as far as I can tell. But getting hit by those balls sometimes hurts and does a little damage.
Shodan's power. You will probably not be able to defeat her, but there is no choice. Remember to focus on your strengths. She will be vulnerable to your weaponry and your psionic powers.
Cool.
I've been able to introduce some assistance in the form of virtual terminals that you can hack into. They should help you defeat the monster.
Yeah, so you actually can climb up this tower and grab some items at the top, which is a cool little mini game. I think it's based on how fast you get up there, which is kind of funky. But we're just gonna finish the fight. This is over now.
Understand the stakes here. If Shodan is left to continue, her reality will completely assimilate ours. Space will become cyberspace, and Shodan's whims will become reality.
All right. The last giant tube to fall down.
You are no longer welcome here, nuisance. Why do you stay when you sense my displeasure? I have suffered your company long enough. It is time for our dance to end.
Hey, Shodan. Don't get such a big head about it. I'm gonna go kill you now. So, she fires rockets at you, but you have cover from behind these. She also has little minions that kind of look like her with big crazy hair. But you can go and hack these terminals. I have been having these ice picks, like, just hanging on to them for whatever reason. And I can actually now use them to automatically hack these without having to worry about overloads or any dumb stuff, which is also helpful because the floor in front of those turn red when they hurt you or something. So it's like part research technology, part taking care of all those things, but mostly just using electricity to win the day. And good night, Shodan.
I don't understand. to be important. And now you think to destroy. How dare you, insect? How dare you interrupt my ascendance? You are nothing. A wretched bag of flesh.
A frog.
What are you?
Froggy
compared
face.
to my magnificence?
But it is
Not too late. Can you not see the value in our friendship?
What a narcissist.
Imagine the powers
I can give
to you, human.
Oh, honey, it's over.
Cybernetic
And you know it.
implants I gave you were simply toys. If I desired, I could
Does that look like the face of a killer?
transform you into something more efficient. Join me, human, and we can rule. And we can rule together.
Nah.
So that's the ending. That's the ending of System Shock 2.
We've just received a hail from a crew member on board the Van Braun. They've managed to regain control of the ship.
Oh, hey, it's Romeo.
Turn around and head back. I'm a little concerned about Rebecca. She's been acting strangely since we've come on board. She's asleep now.
Don't worry, Juliet's asleep.
Back to the Van Braun, we
As an ending to sci-fi.
What's the matter, lover? Don't you like my new look?
Alright, that's the end of System Shock 2. There's, as much as the cliche ending with Mr. Romeo and Miss Juliet at the end, you have that, like, cliche sci-fi, she's back ending. Oh my, this photography is just glorious and well done. Oh my. But, the ending sound effect of her, like, return glitching out sounds just, oh, it's so cool. Way too awesome. And then you have that weird out-of-body experience where you see your player character for the first time without, like, any recognition. It's like, what the hell is this thing? But, kind of, just all sorts of beautiful. Silly ending, not... I don't know if that was really the ending they originally had in mind, but actually kind of satisfying. Like, after all of the, like, BS that you have to go through, the character themselves just makes the choice, just like, I'm so done listening to everyone. This is just so stupid. I'm just gonna shoot something right in the face, even though it's just like a TV monitor. But apparently it was also Shodan's weak spot. She really liked that TV. Yeah, the only woman on staff. Awkward. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and for doing all this awesome, awesome stuff with System Shock 2. I was really happy to be able to get to Let's Play it for y'all. And all the people who have liked and commented and watched so far, it really means a lot to me. And if you guys have any other comments or things that are about System Shock 2, stuff that I missed or stuff that I need to look out for or something, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'm just so happy to have been able to finish this in, what, 18 parts? 19 parts? 18 episodes? Or however. Stupid counting at 0. But yeah, yeah, this has been Solon for Rainy Day Let's Play. I think, what am I doing else? I'm cleaning up Bioshock Infinite, and then I think I'm also cleaning up the Pokemon Nuzlocke that I'm doing. Anyway, that's all we've got for today. Thank you again so much for watching, and we will see you next time on Rainy Day Let's Play.